Hey guys, this is Savv here. This is gonna be a Destruction Warlock PvP video. This is gonna be a guide. I'm gonna be showing you talent spec, glyphs, reforging, abilities, what you should do, and a couple of macros that I use. So let's get started. First of all, spec is very important. You need to go Destruction spec. I'm gonna show you my armory and you can copy my spec from there if you can't be arsed to watch all the video of my spec. First of all, you need Bane 3 out of 3. This reduces the cast time of both your Chaos Bolt and Immolate. Then it's Shadow and Flame to the right. It increases the damage of your Shadow Bolt and Incinerate by 12%, as well as giving you a 5% crit chance for 30 seconds after you cast Immolate. Then it's Improved Immolate. This increases your damage from Immolate by 20%. This also increases your dot damage as far as I know, as well as your conflagrate damage. Moving to the second tier, we have Aftermath. Every time you use conflagrate you get a daze that's 50% slow. This is really important. And then it's Ember Storm. Ember Storm is really important for both your Soulfire and Incinerate. It reduces the cast time of your Soulfire by 1 second, which sometimes you actually need to cast or want to cast to time a burst, as well as reduce the cast time of your Incinerate. Then it's Searing Pain, which you do not, I repeat, do not want it. You won't be using it, it's gotten useless after a patch. Then it's to the third tier, Improved Soulfire. Every time you use Soulfire, which is pretty much every time you use Soulburn, you get a 8% Shadow and Fire damage increase. That lasts for 20 seconds. It got buffed from 15 seconds. Then it's Backdraft. Every time you use Conflagrate, you get a 30% increased speed for Incinerate, Chaos Bolt and Shadow Bolt. This is only good for Chaos Bolt and Incinerate for you. And then it's Shadowburn. Shadowburn used to do horrible damage, but after 4.3 it got such an amazing buff. It does Shadow Flame damage now, so that's increased damage from your Shadow damage and increased damage from your Mastery. So it can crit for up to 30k, I've seen it go to 50k in PV. Moving to the other tier, Burning Embers. These are an amazing dot for both your Soulfire and your Imp. It's gonna do 1.7k fire damage every 1 second for 7 seconds, it is for me. Then it's Soul Leech. Soul Leech is pretty much replenishment. It gives you mana to you and your raid group, as well as every time you use Shadowburn, Soulfire and Chaos Bolt you get 4% health and 4% mana. Then Backlash, it's useless for PvE but amazing, just amazing for PvP. Every time you get a physical attack, that's hunters as well, and maybe even pets of a Warlock or a pet of a hunter, you get 25% chance to be able to cast Incinerate instantly, once every 8 seconds, yep, I got that correct. Then it's Nether Ward. It's 10.3k spell damage absorbed for me. It's amazing, just amazing, versus pretty much every caster. Moving into the next tier, Nether Protection. Every time you absorb something with either Shadow Ward or Nether Ward, you get a 30% reduced damage from that spell skill. So if I absorb a Frostbolt, then I also have a 30% reduced damage from frost spells, which is amazing for dueling and amazing for surviving against a Shatter. Then Shadow Fury, which is easily one of my favorite talents, favorite abilities. It's a 20-second cooldown and a 3-second stun. It's pretty much a 8-yard radius, as you can see right now. You can use it offensively and defensively to peel someone. Then we have Fire and Brimstone. If you have immolating your target, it increases the damage of your Chaos Bolt and Incinerate by 15%, and it also increases the critical strike chance of your Conflagrate spell by 15%. Then it's Improved Imp. Your Imp's Firebolt has a 4% chance to cause your next Soulfire to be instant. So basically, if I keep my pet, I'm just gonna show you what happens. If I keep my pet attacking, it has a 4% chance to proc me a Soulfire. It's probably gonna proc in a bit, I'm gonna show you what happens. Then we have Bane of Havoc, which is horrible for PvP. It has almost no uses, I don't want to spec for it, it's horrible. And then your Chaos Bolt. It can't be resisted, and it pierces through all absorption. This gets through Priest Shield, Mage Shield, IMS of Death Knights. It's amazing, and it got a lot of buffs from Fire and Brimstone in 4.3. Moving it to Demonology. Demonic Embrace 3 out of 3, it's 10% stamina. And then Dark Arts is really good for your Imp's Firebolt, for your Imp's Burning Embers, and more chance to get a Soulfire proc. Then moving on to Glyphs, I have Conflagrate, it's 2 seconds less, which Conflagrate is your main ability. It does the most damage, I'm gonna show you right now. And non-crit was 12k, it crits for 25 to 30k with the buff. Glyph of Immolate is 10% periodic damage of your Immolate. This means that you get 10% buff from Conflagrate. And then it's Glyph of Shadowburn. If you don't kill your target with Shadowburn, you can use it again, but it has an internal cooldown of 6 seconds. So, there we go. This improved Soulfire Empowered Imp, and that's your instant Soulfire. It's 27k, that's nice. And here, back to Glyphs. If your Shadowburn doesn't kill your target, you can use Shadowburn again, which is easily one of the best things, one of the best Glyphs. So basically, if you get a 15k Shadowburn and your target doesn't die, you can just Shadowburn again. Moving on to the major Glyphs. Glyphs it's Glyph of Shadowflame. Every time I use Shadowflame, which is 12-second cooldown and does amazing damage, it also slows your target for 70%, which is amazing. Then we have Glyph of Healthstone. I really like it because it's 30% more healing for your Healthstone. Then we have Glyph of Demonic Circle. It reduces cooldown of Demonic Circle. I use it a lot against warriors, against every melee, and just to hide behind pillars, etc, etc. Then it's minor Glyphs, which pretty much useless. You can choose whatever you want. To choose Unending Breath, Curse of Exhaustion, and Die of Killrock. Moving on to Reforging and Gems. All my gems are Intellect and Haste, or just plain Intellect. I like to reforge all my gear towards Haste. For some reason I don't have this enchanted nor reforged. I just got it, so never mind this. For my weapon I have Power Torrent. It costs a lot, but it's worth it. Now we're on to macros. There's a lot that I use that aren't a must, but some I really like, and I think everyone should use them. For example, Mouseover Banish. What this basically does is you don't have to target a water elemental or a warlock's pit to banish it. You can just get your mouse over it and just banish it. Then another macro that I really advise people to use is Fear and Death Coil focus macros. What this basically does is when you focus someone, you can fear him without targeting him and without losing your current target. as well as you can call him, as you can see it right now. Also, have pet macros. I have 3 of them: a focus, second pet macro, and my main. For my imp, I have it only for dispel because there aren't a lot of abilities. I have it to dispel myself, to dispel my partner, and to dispel either my third partner or my target. Then we have the cooldowns macro, which is just cast Demon Soul and use your trinket, which is mostly your burst there. Now let's get to pretty much a rotation. There isn't an exact rotation since this is PvP, but there are priorities. First of all, you need your Curse of Elements up, you need your dots, and you always must have Immolate on your target. Immolate increases your Chaos Bolt and Incinerate damage, as well as makes your Conflagrate usable. What you should basically be aiming for is getting your row of dots up, getting maybe Shadow Flame to slow your target, popping your cooldowns, and just destroying him with instant Soul Burn, Soulfire, Conflagrate, and the Chaos Bolt. You should always use Shadow Fury for offensive if you're going for a burst kill, because it can interrupt a caster's damage or a healer's pretty much healing, as well as prevent the MLE from using a defensive cooldown, since he will be stunned. Death Call is always really important, as it can pretty much make or break killing. And that's pretty much it. Keep your Amulet up, your dots up, use Conflagrate and Chaos Bolt on every cooldown, and use Soul Burn mostly for Soulfire, as well as the Health Stone, which can really help you in difficult situations. And that's pretty much it. I hope you like the guide, and yeah, see ya.